Hey YouTubers, this is me, Wes, and this is my 5th question and answer episode. So this week, we have a few questions out there. Someone has a set of questions about my balance and what I mentioned in the last video. So they asked me, what specific activities caused difficulty in balancing before and not now? Well, when they say before, they're referring to at the beginning when I first became an amputee versus now. And overall, my balancing at the beginning just wasn't that great. It was like a normal person's balance on one leg. And just over time, that balance became better by just, standing in the shower on one leg, by hopping around, just doing random stuff where I would end up using just one leg. And that kind of answers one of the next questions. It says, did you do any exercise to improve your balance? Well, in particular, I didn't try to improve my balance by doing any specific exercises. During rehab, they did try to help me with my balance, but I already had pretty good balance. If nothing special, what sustained physical activity did you engage in that had the effect of improving your balance? Like I said, taking a shower and standing only on one leg, crushing around and playing soccer sometimes, and dancing on one leg, which I will make a video of at some point. It's like a good video to make. Yeah. Remind me. Lastly, it says, is there anything that causes balance difficulties, and what do you do about it? In general, the only things that cause difficulty balancing is whether or not I'm tired or sleepy. My balance gets a lot worse when I'm sleepy, but I still have pretty good balance, and that balance, like I said, comes over time being an amputee. Next person asks, how often do you just crutch and don't bother with the prosthetic? Well, I've kind of answered this in other videos, but they go on to kind of make the comment, it looks like crutching is easier actually than going through all that prep to wear the leg. Well, really, it only takes about a minute to put my leg on, so it's not that much preparation to put my leg on. And I've gotten in a routine to just put my leg on every morning. So actually, if I want to turn around and use my crutches, it takes more preparation because I have to take off my leg and make sure I know how I'm going to get around or whatever I'm going to do. Going without my prosthetic becomes more of a hassle. Next person asks, with every step you take, do you have to think about walking on your prosthetic? Does it become second nature, where you forget you even have a prosthetic? So the answer to the first part of that question is no, I don't really have to think about walking on a prosthetic. And the answer to the second part, does it become second nature, where you almost forget it's even there? Yes. Over time, I realize it's there, but I don't so much have to think about where I'm putting my leg or what I'm doing because the leg kind of acts like my real leg. It doesn't do all the work for me, but I don't have to change much in terms of my mind and what I don't have to think about doing anything special usually in order to just walk normally down the street. I walk and it feels just like I have two legs, so I don't even have to worry about it. Then this last person comments on my last video where he says, since you can't wear flip-flops, can you walk barefoot with the prosthetic? Or should you always have a shoe on your prosthetic foot? Well, it turns out that you're recommended not to walk on just the foot shell, like not to walk barefoot, because the way you have your foot set in terms of an angle with the ground is just right for that. It compensates for the heel difference between the heel and the toe of your shoe. And so when you take your shoe off, then you end up standing on like the toe of your prosthetic, where you don't have that heel underneath the heel of your prosthetic in order to keep that balance. So then you don't have near as good walking capability without a shoe on the prosthetic. Well, thanks for joining me this week. I'm actually broadcasting from a different location, and I hope that you all have a wonderful week. Hey guys, don't forget to visit my blog, which is in the description below, ampforlife@blogspot.com, and my Twitter, which is twitter.com/theampforlife. And don't forget to subscribe, and please leave your comments and questions below, and I'll be sure to answer them in next week's episode of Question and Answers. I hope you all enjoyed this episode, and I'd like to hear back and know what y'all think. Take care. See you next week. AMP for life.